Dear students in grade 12, the baccalaureate, good morning and welcome to the English seminar for today. In our session, we are going to discuss Unit 12. Of course, Unit 12 in the literary section, not scientific section. But we have some similar materials. We have some materials which are the same. They are common between literary and scientific. So those who are, scientific students or section students can follow us and can watch us and can understand a lot of things that are common between two books or the two books. This unit in the literary section talks about a literary topic, which is painting or, art. Here we are going to talk about art and painting. We have, a person, or we have, an artist who was or who is very, very famous around the world, who is Da Vinci. We have a lot of activities that, as I said, they are common between scientific and literary sections. So we are trying our best to cover as much as possible so that we can, cover the most important things in the unit. So let me please, before we start, introduce and welcome my dear colleagues here in the studio. Miss Hanan Quntakji, an English teacher from Hama Directorate. Good morning, Miss Hanan. Miss Wala Al-Safir, an English supervisor from Damascus Countryside Directorate. Good morning, Miss Wala, and thank you for coming and participating in this seminar.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much indeed. My dear colleagues, my dear students, we are going to discuss Unit 12.
Yes.
Unit 12 in the literary book, we are going to, before we start, of course, before we do anything, we are going now to focus on some skills, as you know, and as usual, to focus on some skills. Would you please now, Miss Hanan, tell us about the most important things that we are going to focus on in this session?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
We have the main skills, listening, speaking, reading, writing, but we are going here to focus just on reading.
On the reading.
Mona Lisa. Grammar, it is about inversion. This is a sub-skill.
Yes.
Pronunciation, about sound linking. Vocabulary, phrasal verbs, which can be literal or idiomatic. And everyday English, asking for, giving, and refusing permission.
So here, Miss Hanan, that, grammar, pronunciation, vocabulary, and everyday English are common.
Common between the
scientific and the literary sections in the baccalaureate.
Yes.
So these are very, beneficial or useful to our students in the scientific section also, not only the literary section. Very nice indeed. So this is what we are going to focus on in this session. Thank you, Miss Hanan. Dear students, let's start immediately with the materials which are common, which are the same between the scientific and literary sections. And here we have the vocabulary. Vocabulary is a very, very important material or topic that we must focus on. It is important for the examination, and I know that you are interested a lot about the final exam, and all of you are asking about how the final exam will be. So we are going now today in this session, we are going to focus on some important points that are beneficial for you or to you so that you can't get confused in the final exam. Miss Wala, now we talk about the vocabulary,
Yeah.
And in vocabulary, we are talking about what we call phrasal verbs. First of all, what do we mean by phrasal verbs?
When we say a phrasal verb, we mean a verb plus adverb or a preposition.
Yes.
Actually,
it is a verb.
A main verb plus adverb or a
plus
preposition.
Adverb or a preposition.
Yeah.
So it is not a verb only, a verb or a verb alone.
No.
It must be with something else, other adverbial
two
or
or three
an
parts.
adverb or
2 or 3 parts.
2 or 3
phrasal verb,
parts. Good. Very nice.
Often.
Good. So this is about, the phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs consists of 2 or more
It can
parts.
have a literal meaning.
Yes.
That is easy to understand because the meaning is clear from the words that are used in the phrasal verb itself. For example, I looked up the tree, but I couldn't see my cat. Here we have a phrasal verb, looked up, which means to raise your eyes up. Also, we have idiomatic phrasal verbs. They can't easily be understood by looking at individual words, but you might be able to guess from the context itself, the meaning.
The meaning itself. So here, what you mean, Miss Wala, we have, idiomatic meanings and we have literal meaning. Literal meaning means
you can understand
the exact meaning of the individual words.
The verb.
The individual words. So we have, for example, look
up.
Up.
Yeah, that's true.
Look means here to look, then up means to look high.
High, above.
So this is a literal meaning.
Literal meaning, yeah.
But look up has another meaning which is idiomatic, which doesn't mean to look high or to look up at something else. So this is what we call idiomatic meaning.
We need dictionary actually to know
so
the
here
meaning.
we need a dictionary, exactly,
all the time.
to check the meaning of the of the phrasal verb. Very nice indeed. So now
we have an example of idiomatic phrasal verb. I looked up the same phrasal verb here. I looked up the spelling in my dictionary. It means to look for information in a dictionary.
Exactly. So when I say I looked up the spelling in my dictionary, here it is an idiomatic. So look up means here to look for information. Look for information, not look up at, or look up a tree or something like that. No. But here means to look for information in a dictionary. Very nice. Thank you, Miss Wala. Miss Hanan, our colleague, Miss Wala, talked about the definitions of literal meanings and idiomatic meanings. Now, we are going to have, some examples and check these sentences or the phrasal verbs in these sentences, whether they are idiomatic or literal. So now you are going to start with this and tell us about that, please. Ms. Hanan.
The question here says, choose the correct meanings of these phrasal verbs. Are they literal or idiomatic?
Yes.
The example says, there is some chocolate in the fridge. Can you get it out? Get it out here. Is it to return? Is it to dress something? Is it to take hold of something that and lift it up, or to collect from a place?
Yes.
So get out.
Sorry for interruption. Dear students, in the final exam, you will have questions like this. So here, there is some chocolate in the fridge. Can you get it out? So here, you might be asked about the meaning of get out or get it out. So here you will be given 4 options and you have to choose the correct one so that you get full mark. So here we have get it out, Miss Hanan again.
We read the 4 choices. The one which has the same meaning of get out, it is D, of course, to collect from a place.
To collect from a place. So here the meaning of get it out means to collect from a place.
And in this case here it is literal, by the way.
It is literal. It is here not idiomatic.
No,
it is a literal, or it has a literal meaning. So it is literal.
The same verb in another example, of course. will we get the book out by the end of the year? Surely it doesn't mean to collect from a place here, but let's see. To go somewhere in your car and collect someone, is it to gain weight?
Yes.
Is it to reply to somebody angrily or with force?
Yes.
Or to produce or publish something?
So get out here in this example is different in meaning.
Yeah.
With or is different from
The literal meaning.
The literal meaning,
Yeah.
okay, or
The literal meaning was to
individual
collect from a place.
to collect from a place.
Yes.
Now we are going to see here what it means in this example.
Exactly, it
Yes.
means to produce or publish something.
It is here to produce or publish
Yes.
something.
Yes,
So
in
here
this case it's idiomatic.
it is idiomatic. It
Yeah.
is not
Not
literal.
literal.
Very nice indeed. Thank you, Ms. Hanan. Ms. Wala, we have more examples about that, please.
Yeah, number 3, I'll
Yes.
pick you up at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Here we have a phrasal verb, pick up. We have 4 choices: to go somewhere in your car and collect someone,
Yes.
to gain weight, to reply to someone angrily or with force, or to produce or publish something.
So pick up, pick you up at 5.
Pick you up, it means here to go somewhere in your car and collect someone who's waiting for you.
Very nice.
So
here
it has
it
idiomatic
is
meaning here.
The first
Yeah.
choice, which is A,
Yeah.
to go somewhere in your car and collect someone. This is the meaning of pick
Pick
up or pick up.
Yeah.
Pick you up. Very nice indeed.
Yeah.
It is here an idiomatic.
Idiomatic meaning,
It is an idiomatic meaning, not literal,
literal meaning, yeah.
More examples.
We have
please.
another
Yes.
sentence with the same phrasal verb here. Why is the towel on the floor? Please pick it up. We have 4 choices: to return, to dress something, to take hold of something and lift it up,
Yes.
or to collect from a place. The correct answer that matches the meaning is C: to take hold of something and lift it up.
So here, pick up in this sentence.
It has a literal meaning here.
Here it has a literal meaning. So pick up here is different from
It means
pick
to
up.
hold, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Pick up something from the ground,
floor, yeah.
okay, from the floor, etc. So here pick up is different from pick up in sentence number 3. So here we have a literal meaning, while in number 3 we have an idiomatic meaning. Very nice. Thank you so much. Now, Ms. Hanan, also now in the same topic, we are talking about the phrasal verbs and which and where or whether they are literal or idiomatic.
Yes.
Let's have now some examples, please.
The question says first, decide which phrasal verb is literal and which is idiomatic. Use the dictionary to help you, as we
Yes.
said, if it is idiomatic.
It is necessary here
yeah.
to use the dictionary. Okay.
Yes, if it is idiomatic.
Yes.
So we have 2 examples. The plane to Russia had just taken off. And the other example, take that dish off the table, it's going to fall.
Yes.
In the first one, it's idiomatic. Take off, when the plane take off, when it leaves the land.
Take
when
off
it-
means
yeah.
the plane is taking off
Yes.
means when it leaves the
Leaves the
land
land
into
and
the
into the
air.
air.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And take the dish off the table, here it means to remove. So
To
this is literal.
It is a literal
Yes.
meaning.
The
So
first
in
is
the first,
idiomatic, and
in
the
the
other
first
is-
sentence, it is idiomatic. In
Yeah.
the second one,
It
it
is
is
literal.
literal.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Another-
The next one, yes,
Yes, sir.
please.
We have pick up here. Can you pick up my wallet? It's nearly under your chair.
Yes.
And the other example, my brother picked me up home while he was returning from work. Pick up, as we said before, it has 2 meanings. It can be literal or idiomatic. In the
Yes.
first example, it is literal. To pick a wallet
yes.
because it is on the floor.
It is on the floor,
Yeah,
so pick it up,
to
please.
take it from the floor.
To take it from
Yeah.
the floor.
Yeah.
Very nice
Okay.
indeed.
The other
this
one-
is literal
yes,
meaning. What
literal.
about the second one?
The second one, my brother picked me up. He gave me a lift by car. So this is idiomatic. We can't guess. We
Yes.
have to go back to the dictionary.
Yes, we have to go back to the dictionary to
check
check
the
the
meaning.
meaning
check the
of
meaning.
pick up.
Yes.
So here, dear students, you can see that we have the same verb, the same phrasal verb, pick up, but they have different meanings according to the context, according to the, to the sentences. So here in number 2, sentence A, we have pick up. has a literal meaning, while pick up in B has an idiomatic meaning. So this is actually the differences between literal and idiomatic meanings. Actually, we have more examples, Ms. Wala, to talk about, literal and idiomatic
to identify
meanings. To identify
the classification.
Yes, please.
I looked up the term digital literacy in Oxford University. Here, looked up, it has dictionary.
Yes.
Sorry,
No
sorry.
problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yes.
Here we have phrasal verb. Looked up. It has an idiomatic meaning here.
Yes.
It means to search for information from a dictionary.
So exactly. Look up here, not look up like that.
No, not to raise your
not raise or raise your head or eyes, but to check. Yes, exactly. And the second
one? Second one, we looked up the tree and there was a hummingbird on the top branch.
Yes.
Here, looked up, it has a literal meaning.
A literal meaning. So here I'm looking up, means I'm raising my eyes up. Very nice indeed. Thank you. Another example.
We have another example with the verb put on. You should put on your waterproof coat as it is raining. Here, put on, it has a literal meaning. It means to dress.
Exactly. To put on your waterproof means to dress. Good.
The second sentence, eating too much chocolate leads to putting on a lot of weight.
Yes.
Here it has an idiomatic meaning.
Here we have an idiomatic meaning.
It means to gain weight.
To gain weight. Very nice indeed. So eating too much chocolate leads to putting on a lot of weight. Not to put on means here to wear. Okay, no. But here means to gain a lot of weight. Very nice. While in the first example, in number 4, you should put on your waterproof coat. Here. Put it on your shoulders.
Dress.
It means here to dress it. Very nice. Thank you so much. So in the first, in sentence A, we have a literal meaning. In sentence B, we have an idiomatic meaning. Very nice indeed. This is actually about the vocabulary, and I think our students, it is very simple. Just now focus on the meanings of the phrasal verbs. If you don't understand the sentence, or the phrasal verb, you should go back to the dictionary. If you understand it easily, then here it is a literal, or it has a literal meaning. So I think it will be very simple for you or to you. After talking about, vocabulary, my dear colleagues here, we come to something else, which is sound linking. And this is related to pronunciation.
Yes.
And pronunciation is also an important question in the final exam. So please, dear students, focus on this. Pronunciation, you will have questions in the final exams about pronunciations or pronunciation. So please focus on it, understand it well. It is very simple, but it needs some concentration when we study it. Dear colleagues here in the studio, Ms. Hanan, pronunciation, and we have sound linking. Sound linking.
To join two sounds.
Yes.
Together.
Dear students, here when we speak English in school, or maybe the street here in Syria, not in England or in an English-speaking country. In Syria, we say, for example, I have £1 million in the bank. Okay, I have £1 million in the bank. This is not the correct pronunciation. Now we are going to see how we link words together so that we become very close to native speakers, English native speakers. So how to join? Why are English people very quickly or quick in speaking English? Because one of the reasons, of course, because they link sounds together. Now we are going to see how to link sounds together and become very fast in speaking. You know, dear students, here, sound linking is a way of joining the pronunciation of two words so that they are easy to say and they flow together smoothly. Actually, we have many cases in a pronunciation when we link sounds together, but in the book, in our book, in the baccalaureate, we are focusing just on one case, which is consonant to vowel linking. We have consonant in the first word, and we have a vowel in the beginning of the second word. And by that, we can link these sounds together, or these sounds together. Now we are having many examples. We have a lot of examples so that you can understand it well. Let's now, Miss Hanan, give some examples.
Yes, sir.
About vowel or consonant to vowel linking.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please.
The first example, at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
At 8 o'clock.
Yes.
If it is said quickly, of course, here we link the consonant T with the vowel E.
Good. So here we have T. This is a sound.
A consonant.
Yes, a consonant sound.
Yes.
T.
Followed by the vowel.
Followed by E, which is a vowel sound.
Yes,
so here in this case, dear students, we can link. Here we say at 8. At 8, not at 8, at 8. So at 8 here becomes one word.
Also,
then also we
8
have
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
The consonant is T, the vowel is O.
Yes,
so we have
the consonant is T and the vowel is O.
Yes.
So here it becomes at 8 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
At 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock. So here we feel that the whole or three words are
Just one word.
Just one word.
Yeah.
This is now the benefit,
and most of our students or sometimes teachers find difficulty in understanding.
Exactly.
Because they can't imagine that they are linked.
Yes, yeah, they are linked, of course. So at 8 o'clock. Well, let's have more examples.
Yes, sir.
Please. Yes.
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. Soon, the last letter is a consonant, sorry,
yes.
followed by the vowel A, as we said.
Very nice.
So, as soon as possible.
As soon as.
Yes.
Soon as.
Yes,
soon as. Soon as. Soon here we have the N, which is a consonant sound.
Yeah.
Followed by a vowel sound, which is A. Yeah. So, soon as.
Soon as.
As soon as possible. As soon as possible. As soon as possible. Very nice. Okay. The next one, please.
An interesting film.
Yes.
An interesting film.
Yes.
N here is a consonant followed by the vowel E or I.
Yes. It is a sound E here.
Yeah,
a sound,
as a sound,
not yes, as a sound.
So the two sounds are joined together and pronounced quickly. An interesting film.
Good. An interesting. We don't say an interesting film. No. We say an interesting film. An interesting film. An interesting film.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Very nice. Let's have
the last example.
Yes,
here we have
the last example.
A car accident at night. Car accident.
Yes. Car accident. Car accident.
Car accident. Yeah.
Yes.
So we have here linking.
Link here.
Yeah. Accident at night.
Accident at night. Accident at
night.
Accident at night.
Yeah.
So here we say a car accident at night. A car accident at night. Yes. So you feel here that we have one word, okay, or one
long,
one long word, of course. Yes, it is one long word. Very nice. Here we don't have pauses or stops. Yeah. We say a car accident at night. Yeah. A car accident at night. This is now the linking or the sound linking. Thank you, Miss Hanan. Let's have more examples.
Yeah, here we.
Now here we have an exercise, Miss Wala, which is you are going now to put the link to, you know, here to check, or yes, to check where we must put the link. Which words or which word that we have to use
To link them together.
Yes, together. Yes, please. Number one.
The first one. First of all. First of all. Here we have 3 words.
3 words
yeah, here.
We have first.
First of all.
Here we have a consonant
sound,
sound, then followed by O, which is, it becomes first of, first of, first of. Then
we have another consonant of, and we have a vowel sound. So we say first of all.
First of all. First of all, okay, dear students, first of all, not first of all. We don't say that. We say first of all, first of all. Very nice. Yes, go on, please.
Yeah, I'm going to book a ticket.
I'm going to book a ticket.
Book a ticket.
Book a
here we
ticket.
have a link also.
Book a ticket. Good. So here we have book
Book
and a ticket. Book.
We say book.
Book a ticket.
Yes.
Because we have a consonant sound k, then followed by a
vowel sound.
A vowel sound.
Yeah.
Book a ticket.
Book a
Book a
ticket.
ticket. So here, first of all, I'm going to book a ticket.
Yeah.
Very nice. More examples, please.
We have my father is an old man.
Yes.
An old man here. We have
Yes.
my father is. We
My
have,
father is.
Yeah,
my father is.
Is
Father
a-
is.
Yeah.
Father is.
Yeah.
Good.
Is a.
Is a. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is an.
An old man.
An old man.
An old
An
man.
old man.
Yeah.
An old.
An
not
old
an
man.
old man.
Yeah, we say
an
an old man.
So my father is an old man. My father is an old.
An old.
Is an old man.
Yeah.
My father is an old man. Very nice. Good. So here my father, so we can see here, dear students, we have a link between father and is. We have between is
Link,
and an.
yeah.
We have
An
we
old.
have an and old. These here we have 3 sound linkings here.
Yeah.
Very nice indeed.
We have
Or
another
links.
sentence.
Yes.
We have Ted is. Ted is, instead of saying Ted is. No. We say Ted is using.
is,
Yeah. Using a computer. Using a computer.
Using a
computer.
Using a computer at
Computer
the
Yeah,
moment.
computer at.
Very nice.
We
So
have
we
3
can
links
see
here.
here the links. Where are the links here, Miss Wala?
We have is using, the first one.
Yes.
The second
here.
one we have using a.
Using a.
Yeah, and computer at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Computer at.
Yeah.
Computer at. Computer at. So we have teddies. Then using a computer at the moment.
Yeah.
Very nice.
The last
Very
example here we have.
Nice. Yes.
I'm interested in art and music.
Good.
Here without linking. Yeah.
Yes.
When we say I'm interested.
Yes.
I'm interested. Here
I'm
we have
interested.
a link between M sound
The
and
M
yeah.
and or M and the I
the I.
or E, the sound E.
Interested in. Also we have.
Good.
We have in art.
In art.
Art and
Art and
music.
Art and music.
Yeah.
So here I'm interested in art and music.
Yeah. Here
I'm
we have
interested
4
in
links
art and
here in
music.
this sentence.
Look here, we have, one long word, as you said, Miss Wala. It is a very long word. So we don't have pauses here. We don't have stops. So we say, I'm interested in art and music. Yeah. I'm interested in art and music. So here we have just one syllable, or not syllable.
No,
just
syllables.
One, yeah, it's
Not
small,
just
but
one.
one word, one long word without pausing. Very nice. Thank you so much. This is about, pronunciation. Dear students, I hope you understand it well, how to link these sounds together. We have consonant to vowel linking. Now we come to the backbone of the language. The backbone
Grammar.
or the cornerstone of any language in the world, which is
The grammar.
Dear students, grammar is the most important, what we call the most important element in any language. Without a grammar, languages will be maybe a mess. I don't know. what to call it, but we must use a grammar. In grammar today, we have what we call inversion. Inversion. Dear students, you know, in English, ordinary sentences always start with subject, verb, and the complement or the rest of the sentence. But when we invert means here, invert means to put
Change
something
position.
before something else, to put the verb before the noun. Okay, this is called inversion. Now we are going to see examples how we invert and why we invert verbs with nouns. We are going to talk about these things with our colleagues here in the studio. Miss Hanan,
Sir.
what about inversion
First,
and why do we use inversion in English?
okay, inversion, as you said, to invert or to reverse the place of subject and verb.
Yes.
The common rule is to begin with the noun, subject, then verb. So when we invert, we put the verb before the subject.
Before the subject.
Yeah. So why do we use inversion? We use it for emphasis.
To emphasize something.
Yes, for emphasis or to emphasize.
To focus on something,
Yes,
or to
and-
concentrate on
Yes.
something. Yes.
Yes, and this is of course somehow formal.
Yes.
In statements here, as you see, the verb usually follows the subject. This is common.
Yes.
Example about this: Mary missed her lessons last week.
Good.
Yes.
Do we have inversion here?
No, of course.
Here,
This is,
the ordinary
There is
order
no focus
of
here. There is no
yes,
emphasis.
the order of the sentence in
Yeah.
English.
Yes,
Yes.
Usually, all people know when we invert in questions. So inversion first here just means putting the verb before the subject. And we usually do it in question forms. When we form a question, the first rule says put the helping verb or the verb before the subject.
Yes.
Like this, the same sentence. Did Mary miss the lessons?
So here we have inversion
Yes,
now.
sir.
Because we have a question.
Yes,
Okay.
In the question
This
form?
is now the meaning of inversion.
exactly.
So inversion means to put the verb before,
Before
the,
the
yes.
subject or the noun.
Yes.
Very nice. Did Mary miss her lessons?
Yes.
Yes. So here we have the verb first, followed by the subject. Very nice. Miss Wala, what about the use? Yes.
We use inversion actually when we talk about.
Yes. What about the use of inversion?
We have
Yes,
many
please.
cases. The first one, after neither, nor, or so.
Yes.
For example, I didn't study well, neither or nor did I. We can't say neither I did.
I did.
No, we can't. We have to put the verb
Yes.
before
Here
the subject here.
We need to invert.
To invert between
to
them.
invert
Yeah.
here. To have an inversion here. Very nice. So after neither,
Yeah.
nor, or
Or so.
sometimes in American English, neither,
Yeah.
Yes.
nor. After neither, nor, or so.
So,
So in affirmative sentences.
Yes.
For example-
I didn't study well.
yeah. We say
Then another
neither
person,
did I,
no, neither did
Did
I, or no, nor
nor did I.
did I.
If it is positive, for example, I studied well.
Yeah, but in
What do you say?
Yes.
in positive,
In positive,
I
what do
study
we say?
well, so
Yes.
do I.
So do
I, yeah.
Or did I
If
in
it
the
is past.
past.
In the past.
I studied well,
the-
so
yeah.
did I.
Yeah.
Or I study well in
So
the
do I.
present, so do I.
Yes.
Not so I do, so do
have
I.
inversion here,
Yes, here we have inversion. Very nice.
Yeah.
Number 2.
In the phrases, here comes or come plus noun. We have here a noun, not a pronoun.
Yes.
Or the
Here we
second-
have a noun.
Yeah, a noun especially. Or there goes or go plus noun also. For
Yes.
example, here comes the professor. Here we the subject here is a noun. So we
noun.
have inversion between.
We have inversion
Inversion.
here. Look, now, dear students, in the English sentence, we say the professor comes. The professor comes. But here, because we have
this
inversion,
expression here. We have here at the beginning.
we have here,
Yeah. Plus
here
the verb
comes the professor.
The professor.
Not here the professor comes, no. We see here comes the professor.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We have another example.
Yes.
If it's a pronoun, if the subject is a pronoun, not a
now
noun.
imagine now, instead of the professor, if we have
He, for
or
example,
she,
we don't make inversion here.
we don't make
Yeah.
inversion. If we have a pronoun,
instead
there is
of a
no
noun.
inversion.
No
at
inversion.
all.
So we
Very
say,
nice.
here he comes. We can't say, here comes he, because it's a pronoun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And also we use inversion in a question tag.
Yes.
For example, we have to start work early, don't we? We can't say we don't.
We
No.
don't. No.
No,
We say
it's not-
don't.
don't
Here
we.
we have inversion. Means to
Inversion.
put the verb before
the subject.
The subject. Very nice indeed. Thank you, Miss Willa. Miss Hanan,
More cases about the
more
inversion, you
cases
mean?
about
Okay.
yes, please.
When we begin a sentence with a limited or negative adverbials.
Yes.
Here we have to invert.
Yes.
Example, hardly does he come to work on time.
Are you okay?
Okay, so because we have hardly at the beginning, inversion is necessary.
So where is the limited adverbial here?
Hardly, sir.
Hardly.
Yeah.
So hardly, we don't say hardly he does come or he comes.
If we put hardly after the subject, no inversion.
No inversion.
But if we start with hardly, we should invert.
Yes, here we say hardly
Yes.
does he.
Yes, exactly.
Does he come to work on time? Hardly does he.
come.
Okay, very nice. More examples?
Yes, sir. In conditional sentences, also we can use apply inversion.
Yes.
If let's say the instrument of condition if is omitted, if it is omitted, in type 2, for example, if I were in your position, if we omit if here, we say were I in your position.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So it is not necessary to have if, always
No.
if,
No,
in
it's-
We can
conditional
omit it, yeah.
sentences. We can compensate or we
Yes.
can replace
Yes.
the word if using were I or were I in your position.
Yes.
Were I means if I
If I
were
were you.
you.
Yes. If
Were I in your position means if I were you. Okay, so here, were I in your position?
This is in type 2, sir, by the way.
Yes.
Were I in your position, I'd apologize. And
yes.
here they say, or in our book, we mention just this. But
case.
in English, of course, we have type 3.
Yes.
If I had known the story, I would have told you.
Yes.
So if we omit if here, had I known the story, I would have told you.
I
yeah.
known.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now we are not talking about
About
that,
this, yeah.
but this is also
Also possible.
in the grammar. Very nice indeed. Thank you, Ms. Hannah. Now, other cases.
No.
So here yes, I know. We said about the inversion. We talked about the inversion. Now, when we can't invert, there are some cases when we can't invert. So please talk about that.
We don't make inversion in these cases.
Yes.
The first one, when we include a question in another question. We have two questions in a sentence. For example,
example.
Have you got any idea where my glasses are?
Yes.
Here we have the first question, we must have inversion. So we say, have you?
Have you?
Yeah,
Very
we
good.
have, but in the second question, where my glasses are, we can't say where are my glasses
Very
because it's the second question, so we can't make inversion here.
Yes. So here we
it is
have
included.
two questions.
Included, we
The
say.
second
We have,
is included in the
yes,
first.
The second one is included in
yeah.
the
Or
first
embedded
one.
sometimes in
Embedded,
grammar.
We treat
exactly.
it like a statement, the
Yes,
second question.
Yes. So here, in order not to have two direct questions, because here, have you got? This is a direct question. Then, where are my glasses? Also direct questions. So here, in order not to have two direct questions, we have a direct question, which
first
is
one
in the
must
beginning. Then we have what? We have
The second is
the second, which is
indirect.
Indirect, like
Very
a statement.
nice. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, the
Good.
second one, we
Yes.
can't make inversion also when we include a question in another sentence.
The question in another sentence.
So we start with a sentence, then a question. In the question, we don't make inversion. For example, I wonder
Yes.
It's a sentence here. What he was doing.
I
Here,
wonder.
the question, but we can't make inversion because it's included in a sentence.
We can't say, I wonder, what was he doing?
No, we can't say
No,
it.
we can't
Yeah.
say so. I wonder what he was doing.
Yeah.
Here we can't have inversion.
Inversion here.
Even though it is a question, but
We start with a
can't-
sentence because,
Yes,
yeah.
very nice. Good. Miss Hanan, we have also more examples or more cases about making
Inversion.
inversion. Number 3, please.
Here, when we use a relative pronoun or a question word to introduce a relative clause in phrases,
Yes,
we don't invert here.
we don't invert.
Yeah, I'm looking for a secretary. This is a statement.
Yes.
Who can use the computer well? Who can use the computer well? This is indirect.
Yes.
And it is a kind of relative clause, so we can't invert here.
We can't invert
Yes.
here. Very nice. I'm looking for a secretary who can use the computer well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Very nice. I'm looking for a secretary who can use the computer well. More examples?
Yes, another case when
Another
we can't
case, sorry,
use
yes.
or apply inversion in indirect speech. There, when we report questions, in reported speech or indirect questions.
Yes.
For example, have you visited the castle before? This is direct.
Yes.
And if we begin with a reporting verb, he asked me if. Here, the direct question should be indirect. If
Yes.
I had visited the castle before.
Very nice. Very
Because also
nice.
it is included in a statement, let's say.
Very nice. So here, in direct questions, we invert.
Yes.
Have you visited? In indirect questions,
There is no inversion.
there is no inversion.
Yes.
This is very simple, actually. So please, dear students, pay attention to this. It is very important and very easy at the same time. Yes. Let's now go on. Yes. Let's now, Miss Wala, we have, some activities about that.
Yeah.
About inversion.
Inversion.
Let's start, please,
Yeah.
with the first one.
The first one,
Yes.
use the words in brackets to complete each sentence. Put the
Yes.
verbs in the correct form.
Yes.
Here we have the first one, we have never. It's a
Never.
negative adverbial.
Yes.
I meet, such will behave to children before they are as good as gold. Here
They are as good as gold.
as gold.
Yes.
Here we have to put the sentence in present, I think present perfect here.
Yes.
So we start with the negative adverb, never. Never have I met.
Yes.
Such will behave the children before.
So it becomes never have
I.
met. We don't say never I have met
because we start with
never.
yeah,
So
never.
here we must invert.
Invert.
Very nice. So never have I met such well-behaved children. Very nice. Good.
The second one, we have to put no sooner. My
Yes.
brother sit down to dinner than there was. We have was here, so it's in the past.
Yes.
Was a knock on the door.
Good.
We say no sooner had my brother sat down to dinner than there was a knock on the door.
No sooner had my
Had.
brother
We can
sat.
also use here we use past perfect, but we can also use past simple here.
Yes.
We can
exactly.
say no sooner did my brother sit down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I
we
agree
have
with you. Yes,
two-
we
two
can
choices.
use either past simple
Yeah, or perfect, yeah.
past perfect. Very nice. Very nice. No sooner had my brother sat.
Yeah.
Had my brother. My brother had sat. The original sentence, okay? But here when we invert,
We start with
we
no
start.
sooner,
Good.
so we make
no
inversion.
sooner had my brother sat. Very nice. Very nice. Please, Miss Hanan,
Yes.
let's go
The
on.
same. We have here to put in the correct tense and in the correct order. Seldom we read newspapers, it's a fact.
Yes.
So it should be in the present.
Yes.
But as you said, we have limited adverbials like
Which
seldom.
is seldom. Good.
So we have to invert.
Yes.
Seldom do we read newspapers nowadays.
We don't say seldom we read.
No.
We say seldom do we read.
Yes.
So here we have inversion.
Yeah, here if we don't have any modal, we must put in the present simple do or does, and in the past we must use did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we don't have an
Any auxiliary
verb, we must use either do or
Yes.
do, does, or did.
Did.
Very nice. Good.
Yes.
Another example.
One more example. Not only he make new products, but he also did experiments.
Yes.
Also, the context is past, so we have to
Exactly.
use the correct tense is past simple. Let's say the beginning, or at the beginning we have not only. It's a negative word, a negative adverbial, of course.
Yes.
So we have to invert.
Yes. Here we invert.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not only did he make.
Ah.
We use the auxiliary did he make new products, but he also did experiments.
So we can see here the verb did, the auxiliary verb did, comes before the subject, he. So not only did he
Yes.
make, did he
Did he make?
make. Very nice indeed. Thank you
Okay.
so much. This is, about, inversion. We have more examples, please, Miss Wala. Here arrive
The past.
the boss.
past.
Use
On
the
time.
words in the brackets to complete each sentence. Put the verbs in the correct form. Yes, please.
Here we start the sentence with the expression here,
Here.
and we have arrive after it. So we must make, and the subject is a noun. So we must make inversion. We say here arrives the bus on time.
Now, instead of the bus, if we have he or
he,
she,
we say here he arrives.
he arrives.
Yeah.
No inversion.
But here we have inversion just because the subject is a noun, not a pronoun.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
The
Good.
last one, I
Yes.
wonder what my sister can solve to the problem.
Yes.
Here we have a question inside a sentence. So we don't have inversion here. We must start with the subject.
Good.
So we say, I wonder what my sister can do to solve the problem.
Very
we can't say,
nice.
what can my sister do? We can't say.
Because here we have
We have a question inside a sentence.
a question inside
Yeah.
a sentence. Very nice indeed. Very nice. So here we can't have inversion. Here we say, I wonder what my sister can do to solve the problem. Okay? To solve the problem. Very nice indeed. I think, dear students, dear colleagues, the idea of inversion has become very, very, clear. We have more examples.
Can
Miss
we move
Hanan.
on to another skill?
Okay.
What about rarely? Here we have maybe rarely, only after. We talked about that, I think.
Can we move on to
We
another
can
skill?
move, okay. I think, dear students, we will move immediately now to the reading skill because we talked about these things, about, these adverbials, which are called limited adverbials, like rarely, not only, okay, or only after. Have you any idea? Because time is about to be over. So let's move now to everyday English, right? Everyday English, dear students, dear colleagues. Everyday English. Also, you will have in the final exam questions about it. And how the questions will be, we are going to see. So don't worry, everything will be simple, will be clear. Just now follow us, pay attention to what we are saying, then you will understand everything. So don't worry about that. Everyday English. Miss Hanan. Miss Wala, we have asking for, giving and refusing permission. How to give permission, how to ask for permission in English, and how to refuse permission. Okay, let's start with you, Miss Wala.
Yeah.
Okay, what about asking and giving?
Yeah. When
Yes.
we ask for permission, we usually use modal verbs.
Modal verbs.
Yeah. For example, may I or can I Do you think I could?
Yes.
Is it okay if we have to complete it?
Yes.
Do, or would you mind if I, for example, would you mind if I complete the exercise?
Open the window,
Yeah.
or close the door, etc.
Yeah.
Very nice, good. So, may I, can I, do you think I could? Is it okay if I do? So we notice here that all these expressions start with
Modal verb,
a
yeah,
modal
or
verb.
auxiliary.
Modal or auxiliary verbs. Very nice. What about giving permission?
Yeah.
What do we say when you
When we
give
accept,
some, when you accept now this
the permission, we could
Yes.
say, sure, yes, of course, help yourself,
Yes.
no problem, it is okay.
Good. So when we give permission, when we accept it, we say, sure, yes, of course, help yourself, no problem, it's okay. Okay? This is about asking and giving. What about refusing permission?
Yes.
Miss Hanan, please.
Okay. So
If you refuse now, if I say, can I open the window? It's hot here.
sorry, you can't.
Here you say, sorry. So we must start
with
with the
apologizing.
word sorry.
Sorry.
Very nice, good. What
Sorry,
do we
or
say?
something equivalent or
Equivalent,
meaning, I mean.
like?
For example, if I say sorry here I have to justify, to give reason why.
Yes.
Sorry, I can't open the window because it's cold outside.
Very
Okay.
nice. So here you give,
Give a reason.
yes,
Yeah.
or
justify.
an excuse.
An excuse as you
Yes,
like.
good.
Okay. Also, another expression used in refusing.
Yes.
I'm afraid that's not possible. Yeah.
I'm afraid that is not possible.
Yeah, I'm afraid here it is in the same meaning of saying sorry in a polite, more polite way.
Exactly.
Yes, but a note in English.
Note.
When we apologize, we have to give a reason. So to refuse permission politely, we usually don't say no. We give reasons or justify why we refuse giving permission, beginning with the word sorry. Yes.
Beginning with
With
the
the word
word
sorry.
sorry. Very nice indeed. So, dear students, dear colleagues, this is about how to ask and give and refuse permission. Let's now quickly, please, because the time is over, choose the best response here now. We are going to take 2 examples about that before we finish our session. Number 1, please, Miss Wala.
Yeah. Number 1,
Yes.
would you mind if I came to work late tomorrow? We have 4 choices. No, you can't. Here we can't use it because we don't have a reason.
Good.
Yeah, sure you can't. I'm afraid that's not possible. I really need you for the meeting tomorrow. Here, I refuse with a reason. And the last one, it's a problem. So the correct response here is C.
Is C,
I'm
which
afraid.
is I'm afraid
That's
is
not
possible. So, dear students, in the final exam, if you have or when you have questions about everyday English, it will be like that. You will be given, a sentence and 4 choices. So you have to choose the correct choice. Good. Another example, please.
Yes, Hanan.
Would it be possible for me?
Yeah. Would it be possible for me to have a few more minutes to review before the quiz?
Yes.
Asking for permission here. Please feel free to study for a few more minutes. Here, maybe accepting permission.
Yes.
Let's read the other choices. No, you had to study at home. It's not very logical to this request or asking for permission. It's a problem. It's also illogical. No, it's a waste of time. Also, it's illogical. The correct answer should be A.
Should be A.
Yeah.
Please feel free to study for a few more minutes. So here the permission is, would it be possible for me to have a few more minutes to review before the quiz?
Yes.
The answer is, please feel free. Means,
It's okay.
take your time. It's
Take your
okay.
time.
Take your time. Please feel free
Help
to study for a few more minutes. Very nice. Actually, unfortunately,
Yeah.
time is over. We had, we
Mona
have a
Lisa.
lot of things actually to study, to focus on. But I think we concentrated, we focused on
The main
very,
things, yeah.
very, very important materials that are very important for you, dear students, for the final exam. So please study hard and don't worry about anything. Everything will be very clear in the final exam. Don't worry. in the end, I'd like to thank my dear colleagues here who enriched this session. Miss Hanan Kontakji from Hama Directorate, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For coming and participating.
Thank you, sir.
Miss Wala Safir, an English supervisor from Damascus Directorate, thank you so much, Miss Wala. And dear students, dear colleagues, in the end, this is Karim Qassabi greeting you from the Syrian Educational Channel in Damascus. Thank you. Goodbye.